I'm one half of the Lee, Stephen Lee.
And I am Zoe Lee.
And we are in...
We're in Costa Rica.
We're in Costa Rica.
Athenas.
Those are two different reactions to that.
Yeah.
But take it how you want it.
Yeah.
We are in Costa Rica right now, and it is absolutely beautiful. But before we talk about where we're at, let's talk about where we came from.
Right.
The original leg on the journey, where did we start?
We started with Miami because our lease was up, and we realized we just wanted to get on the road and really break out of this 9-to-5 normal kind of lifestyle. Then we ended up planning our trip to Cairo, Egypt to be exact.
We planned our trip to Cairo, we went on a whim, we actually had the thought of doing many other things.
Right.
But we decided to take that leap of faith and follow our intuition, and we planned the trip to Cairo. We flew out to Cairo, it was about a 10-hour ride.
Yeah, it was 10 hours.
About a 10-hour ride. Once we got there, what did we do?
Ooh, we went to the pyramids of Giza.
We went to the pyramids of Giza off rip.
Right.
We didn't spare no time.
No
We
time.
barely got to see Egypt.
Right.
And went straight to the
Went
pyramids.
straight. As soon as we got off the plane.
What was the experience like, y'all?
I thought it was an amazing experience because I was able to connect on a spiritual level. I also thought that it had a lot of history, culture, value. It was just being there and really being able to see the people, which is different from America, because in America we have technology, we have just certain types of fast-paced things
Right.
that I didn't see as much as in Egypt. But it was a cool experience because it allowed me to connect with myself on a deeper level. Even going inside of the pyramids and seeing the actual architecture, seeing the landscape, seeing how everything was actually put in position together in terms of the geometric shapes.
Right.
So it was a really, really, really cool experience.
It was amazing. And to build on that, I feel like we did get to experience a lot, and to be transparent, we experienced both sides of Egypt. We experienced the spiritual part because we were already spiritually connected to the land of Egypt, or the land of Canaan. It's something that was already in both of our hearts before we even got together. But just to give you guys a quick glimpse of what we really went through, we did see the Great Monoliths, and it was amazing. All the sites were amazing. The people are amazing.
Amazing.
But we did see a lot of poverty in Egypt, which was alarming. I didn't know that Egypt was that impoverished.
Yeah.
But overall, there was a lot of poverty beyond the Great Pyramids and
Yes,
the
the
Sphinx
glitz and
all
the
the beautiful
glamour.
things that we saw. There
Right.
was a lot of poverty, so I do want to put that out there for the people, so you guys know if you are going.
Right.
Right. So after Cairo, we went to
We went to Luxor.
Luxor, Egypt, in the south or the north, if
Right.
you're ancient, of Kemet. That was an absolutely beautiful experience. To cap it off really quickly, we were along the Nile. We had a loft that was managed by a beautiful, beautiful soul named High Judge.
Beautiful.
Yes, he actually was like our guide. Not only our Airbnb host, but he was our guide.
Yeah.
And he showed us Luxor. How was the experience?
For me, I thought it was great. I mean, it's really no words to describe. I highly recommend Luxor over Cairo,
Most
me
definitely.
personally, because I like being in the south. I like having more of a laid-back kind of countryside environment, suburban, as you will. So it was really great, and also cool. So it was really great. And what was also cool was seeing the different temples, seeing all of where the mummies were buried, or seeing where the different tombstones were, and just the different temples and places of worship and where people worked, as well as having just old, ancient artifacts and old ancient pieces, timeless pieces around us. So it was a beautiful experience, and just to be along the Nile, like we were a lot closer to the Nile than we were in Cairo, because in Cairo we were more in the city.
You would drive over the bridge,
Right.
which would be the Nile. But we also, the one thing that we did before we got to Luxor, we did do a boat cruise, which was really cool.
Which was nice, right?
10 out of 10 recommend. And if you do, in the comments below,
Right.
just comment that you want to know. Just say I want to know, and we'll send you someone that's really, really good.
Right.
They're top notch. I recommend them for the boat tours and also for potentially a place to stay if you're going to Cairo. But back to Luxor. Luxor was amazing. The people were warm. People were amazing. They do want your business, so
Yes,
be
they
prepared for that. I'm not going to say they're hustling you or anything like that. I'm
Or
just going to say that you call it what you want when you experience it, but they want your money. So just be aware of that and stay on your toes as far as business goes.
Right.
Be a business person in your mind, but also have the love there. But don't let the two be too skewed or too meshed, or you'll lose money.
Right.
That's another story.
Right.
Yeah. But after Luxor,
Well, I was going to ask you, what was your favorite temple or place that you were able to visit?
That's a good question. I think that is so hard. I feel like it's a lot, but I feel like I want to go with the Great Pyramid so bad. That's one of those questions that you get stumped on. It's like, I want to go with the Great Pyramid so bad, but the Valley of the Kings and the Valley of the Queens, that really touched my soul. So even though it was like grave robbing almost, but to be amongst that energy and to actually go down in those tombs and see all the hieroglyphs still mostly intact for the most part. You know.
Right.
But overall, I think probably the Valley of the Kings or Queens, either one, you can mix either one.
Valley of the Queens was my favorite, of course. It was just a great experience, just seeing all the queens and seeing how they were worshipped and just having so much power, like such a high, like.
Right.
But having so much power.
Right.
Being able to see women in demand, women in command, and being able to really show leadership skills, show how to create a civilization. To create, we're going to chop all this.
Yeah, we're going to chop all this up.
So it was really great to see and just be able to witness women being in power and being able to create a civilization, create different ways and roles during that time where it was more of a male-dominated world.
But I think that's what we learned too, like just being out there, is that it's not necessarily that it was male dominated. I feel like we learned that the queens did have a lot more power than we probably thought. Like some queens were pharaohs. There were a lot of pharaoh women. So it's like the Egyptians were ahead of their time when it came to what we call gender equality in a way. But overall, I think Egypt was amazing. Aswan was amazing as well. We were only there for a short stint. Next time we'll be there for longer. But what I want to jump to is I want to jump to the next trip because we have a lot of energy to give you guys. But what was the next leg up on the journey? And we already had this we already described this to ourselves before we even went to Egypt. We knew what the next step was. And what was the next step?
Dubai is a place of luxury. I mean, it's kind of easy to show it, but it's hard to explain because you are literally in laps of luxury and laps of royalty. You go outside, you smell good. You go to certain places, you have certain mannerisms. Women are dressed a certain way. They have certain respectful, manners and, just different culture. So we got a sense of it in Egypt because we actually, which we didn't mention, we were out there for Ramadan.
And we were out there for a month.
So even with that was a cool experience because obviously we saw something different. But going to Dubai, it was more tech advanced. There was a lot of things that was more modern.
Right.
And to see how it developed after 20 years was just amazing.
20 years is crazy. I think for me personally, what I got from Dubai was Star Trek. Right, so I watch a lot of Star Trek. I should tell you, I haven't been watching it lately, but I watch a lot of Star Trek, and I feel like I feel like someone, whoever's in the midst of that government, has that mentality, has the mentality of a forward-thinking society, a society that's technologically advanced, that embraces innovation, that doesn't stifle it like the United States is doing. So that's another reason why we're leaving this country, is because of stifled innovation and refinement in other countries, where we're able to move our funds and our wealth in the proper way. But to run it back, Dubai is that place. Dubai is the city of the future for real, but now. And I feel so strongly about it to tell you guys that. And I know Zoni felt the same way. Before we left Egypt, I told her, she's like, I love Luxor, I love Egypt, this is so beautiful, this is it. I'm like, babe, when you get to Dubai, I can feel it. Never been, neither one of us has been there. But when we get there, we're gonna feel this surge of wealth, of love, of what the Creator has in store for us, really.
Right.
And that's what we're learning throughout this entire trip.
In this entire journey.
Right.
And which brings us here to Costa Rica.
Costa Rica!
So, even being here, I mean, as you can see in our background, we're surrounded by nothing but nature.
Right.
And we're going to be here for the next...
We're going to be here for a couple of weeks. We're going to be in Costa Rica for the next couple of months. So we're going to be experiencing as much as we can out here. We do have a plan that we will disclose to those who subscribe, but also those who like, comment, and share. We'll disclose our plan of what we want to do, only with the exclusive, only with the loyal. If you're here from day one, you'll have all the juice.
Exactly. So definitely subscribe, like if you want, share if you can, and we look forward to the next video.
One more thing I wanted to throw out there. A lot of people do want to know how we do what we do. And like what I just said, this is going to be one of those, subscribe, this is going to be one of those things that we're going to give you guys the game.
And we're going to reveal how we're able, and how we figured out how others did.
You know, we broke the mold. And
yes, we did.
Egypt was definitely one of those times. Just really quick that showed me that we broke the mold just by how people were looking at us. Like, wow, they broke the mold. But we're going to describe that for the subscribers. We had a blessed one.
Yes.
So,
Steven.
Yeah. But yeah.
Thank you for watching.
Thank you for watching.